Hello everybody, it's your boy Mario back at another video to bring out what if Naruto was forced to live in the forest of death. Now, to get this started, I'm gonna need to kind of give y'all background of what's been going on. So, when Naruto was at the age of 4 and she was kicked out of the orphanage. And what Hiruzen doesn't have is like his crystal ball, due to one of Minato's seals on her. Like if something bad was to start happening to her, basically she can regenerate, and also she can see like her parents and stuff. But the side effect to the field is that one of the great like ancient Senjus, Uchihas, Namikazes, and Uzumakis combined due to the Shinigami, and he placed them into Naruto, which is why she looks exactly how she does now with the markings on her face. Even Hashirama and Tobirama are in that few Senjus as well. Even Ashura and Indra. So, in all, Naruto, she started to like have she was kind of forced to go to the forest of death, but when she was there she killed multiple civilians. So in order to come back to like what all technically happened to her and everything, Rosen decided that like instead of having her executed and stuff, that it would be better for her to be forced to stay in the forest of death, where like she can just stay there. And with the knowledge of every being that I just announced, of like the first Uzumaki, Namikaze, Senju, and Uchiha, including Indra and Ashura, like not the Otsutsuki, Uchiha, Indra, Ashura, like their offsprings, and like if they learned and everything from them. So yeah, they will all go to Naruto, and when she was after she got done memorizing those villagers, she was brought into the council office by Anbu that had witnessed everything as the council meeting was going on, and explained to what happened. And the Hokage was mad. He then says it's not her fault that she killed those civilians and even ninjas alike. That is honestly their fault. That is self-defense, and I don't even know what she used. I don't even know what he described. It seems to be a version of the Mokitan in something else. I'm quite curious of what it was. As Naruto is passed out, he then says, but I cannot let her go around the village. If I will make sure something happens. He was then say, I will give her my own punishment that I see fit. And what he would do is that he will basically make it where she has to stay inside of the forest of death. That way she won't cause harm to anyone else. Now, when Naruto wakes up in the house that seemed to be built in the forest of death, yes, hers, and they have Tenzo built her a house, he would just say, Naruto, listen, you're being forced to live in the forest of death. After what happened, I don't know truly what happened to you or what abilities you even possess, but I suggest you find out yourself so that way you can come back into the village. Until then, I had to run the risk, especially with the civilian council, also trying to ask for your deaths, of you staying outside of the village. So please try to, as quick as possible, find out what truly happened to you. You remember that that I'm always here if you need me and my Anbu. Naruto, she'll nod to that, and then says, alright, Gigi, I'll see you another time. Hiruzen will nod his head as he then looks at Naruto and go, well, he didn't like his head, as she then goes back into her mindscape where she meets all those people that are combined in one, as they said, it's time for me to give you all of our memories in experience, so you can grow stronger. Naruto, she will not adhere to that, and she will basically pass out due to the memory overload for 3 hours. Now she'll wake back up and she will start to practice all of their abilities. First, she knows that she needs chakra control. Due to having all that large amount of chakra, she's on par with the nine-tailed beast, and the nine-tails are even friendly to her due to Minato stealing the nice half into her. Now, 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 Kurama, he will decide to also help her. This is where he says, "Alright, kid, you ready to start training?" This is when she will say yes, and they will get to training very quickly. And this is where Kurama then goes, "Alright, so first thing first, let's work on your taijutsu." Kurama, not Kurama, but Naruto, she will nod as he also says, "Oh, it makes shadow clones," and he will give her the protection of what the shadow clone uses hand seals and how to use it and its abilities as he explains it to her, as she has done working on her chakra control. She even had one hand to lead the force of death to get scrolls on different abilities in the history of the village, even though she has Hashirama and Togurama histories, but she doesn't know what else happened but after that. Oh, she also has the Sarutobi clan, the Tromi clan, basically every clan in the entire elemental nations, and that have fusion with that one person. So she has every Kekkei Genkai, every chakra nature. She doesn't have a dojutsu. So yeah. But she can use those abilities of a dojutsu, but she doesn't have them. But she will have to train very hard to use those abilities. And so basically they would do that as Naruto would or Naruto, my bad guys, I hope I haven't been saying Naruto this whole time. As Naruto, she is now oh, and if I did not give the name of this series, is called What If Naruto was banished to the force of death and granted the abilities of every clan in the elemental nations. Or now let's say what if female Naruto was granted the abilities of every clan and jutsu in the world. So yeah. So when she goes to sleep, she has her clones working on Full Jutsu. Due to those clones that she sent to the library to get her those books and stuff, also saw a bunch of them in the scroll. And she basically has a book on history, ninjutsu, genjutsu, taijutsu, kenjutsu, like any weapons. And she's gonna learn how to use every weapon, of course. I'm not gonna make her only use a sword and dagger. She knows how to use every weapon. So yeah. That's where Kakashi goes. Not Kakashi. This is when Hiruzen goes to check up on Naruto to see her doing physical exercise. Now, Minato and Kushina would have both gave Naruto their memory as well as giving her direction to their compound, and she took their scrolls and stuff with her as well. Now, Danzo, he's been trying to find Naruto, who he knows is in the forest of death, but he doesn't know where. So he's have his route Anbu out to find her, but every time any Anbu will come close to her area, they will disappear in a genjutsu, and they would never return. They would end up dead somehow, some way, and also their body would normally be found by an animal that was eating it. Which Danzo, he's scoffs and thinking like there's no way some of his strongest men died to these beasts. And that if that's the case, then even Naruto probably died to them. So yeah, but in reality, it's just Naruto who has a hinge of these animals, and this is where she's approached by White Anaconda. Yes, so the Anaconda snake would then say, "You are Naruto Uzumaki, right?" So Naruto goes, "Yes, I am. Who wants to know?" This is where the Anaconda snake goes, "I am Sira. I want you to become my clan's next summon." This is where Naruto looks at the snake and thinks about it and goes, "I don't see a problem with it." And the snake smiles and says, "Thank you." And she gives Naruto the summoning jutsu, or the summoning scroll, and basically teaches her the hand signs. Now, now when she signs this scroll, she's thinking like, damn. She's like thinking like, damn. I don't see any names on her. Am I your first summoner? She just says, yes, we was part of the group of Manda and them, but we branched off after seeing how corrupted our summoner Orochimaru was, and we did not want to be part of that group that's under his summoning control. And he also has been experimenting on some of Manda's children, which is another reason why we left. Naruto, she nods her head and goes, "I see. Can I ask you something?" This is where the Anaconda snake nods her head, and she then says, "Are y'all skills like very hard, like very dense, and nothing can really break it?" This is where the Anaconda snake goes, "Yes, it is." Why do you ask? She then says, "Well, if that's the case, do you think you can give me some of your skills for a weapon?" And this is where the snake goes, "What type of weapon?" "Oh, I want to make a spear, but I'm going to need some of your skills. I need it to be sharp, but not only sharp, very durable." And that's what you see as the spear you see now. She also said, "I want it in a sword as well, and in daggers. I'm going to need about she then shows her like how many skills she's gonna need, and the Anaconda snake looks at her and goes, "We do shed some. Here's some of my and she poofs. She then like says, "Do the summoning jutsu and just summon one of my kins." And she does exactly that, and the summoning goes, "Oh, hello, mother." And it's actually her daughter, Kira, and she goes, What do you need me for, mother?" This is where Sarah goes, "Listen, Kira, I need you to, I want you just to meet our new summoner, and you're most likely going to be her companion. So you can live with her. She seemed to be a very nice summoner. Not only that, I want you to, whenever you show skin, to give it to her. So that way she can make her weapons out of it." And Kira, she will nod her head and goes, "Yes, ma'am," to her mother. And basically, Sarah then says, "Can you please watch?" Not Sarah. Yeah, Sarah. She then says, "Can you please watch out for my daughter? I greatly appreciate it." And Naruto, she goes, "Sure thing. I don't mind watching out for her as long as she's cooperative and like teach me new things. I know there's a senjutsu mode for snakes." And the snake goes, "I can teach you. It's not that hard actually to learn." And so yeah. Naruto, she'll be teaching senjutsu while her clones work on other stuff that QB tells them to work on, and what the katas. As Kurama then thinks, I wonder if she was to take 2 summonings. This is where the QB will basically purposely put the summoning tattoo of the Kitsune on her arm, as the snake puts the summoning tattoo of the Anaconda on her arm as well. This is when the Anaconda snake goes, did that mark just appear? This is when Naruto goes, "What mark?" And she sees that's the Kitsune summoning. This is where she then says, "I guess so. I am the Nine-Tailed Jinchuriki after all." And the snake goes, "I see. I don't mind you and Crumb. I don't mind us all sharing. I just want to make sure it's okay with the QB, if you don't mind. This one QB says, "Kid, it's okay with me if you are her summoner as well. I didn't tell you, but I was gonna make you the summoner regardless today or tomorrow, and I just thought it'd be a good idea to make it today." This is where basically she'll relay it back to the snake, and it will nod his head and smile. Now, Narco, she's very overpowered, but she still trains to perfect each jutsu or improve it. Now, she's not sent to the academy due to her telling her reason. She's not gonna go to the academy, but if he wants her to become a guinea, she can be, and that she has a lot of jutsus. And Horizon sees that like her house has expanded and it's bigger, and he didn't. Then she takes him to her library. Horizon sees the library like a lot of jutsus and books, and Horizon goes, "Where the hell do you get these?" And you have also even. Then he sees what looks like to be the Forbidden Scroll, and he opens it. He sees that it has every jutsu that the Forbidden Scroll ceiling has. And he just says, "This is my Forbidden Scroll ceiling." This one Narco looks at him and goes, "No, but it's a copy of it. It's a technique of one of the great clans where it can copy everything it sees, not like the Sharingan, but it can literally copy buildings, technology, and stuff like that." It resides in the land of snow, which is why the land of snow is a top technology is place due to its prodigies and also in inventing technology there. And also, they give me the ability to do this. And it's basically her body would start to glow completely green. And after seeing this, Horizon would nod his head and he goes, "I see." Sorry about that. I'm just trying to check the time. And he goes, "I see. Well, feel free to become. I want you when you turn 12 years old to come to my office." Narco nodded her head and basically gets back to work as an anaconda snake comes out of her sleeve. After seeing this, Horizon says, "Did you meet a Jonin sensei named Enko Mitarashi?" And Narco goes, "No, who is that?" This is when Enko, she would have someone up on the house and she would knock on the door. Now, when she gets to knock on the door, is when Horizon open the door and says, "Oh, hello, Enko." This is where Enko look at her and goes, "Lord Hokage, I thought you were at the office." This is where Horizon says, smile and says, "Shadow Clone." And she goes, "Oh, well, I was wondering whose house is this? I never seen it here and didn't know it even exists." This is where Narco comes up to the door with her snake around her and go, "Oh, hello." Enko will see this. He goes, "Hello, who are you?" She then says, "My name is Naruto Uzumaki." And Enko goes, "I'm Enko Mitarashi. You seem fun." And she licks her lips in a very creepy way. This is where Narco goes, "He seems fun as well." And Enko sees the any kind of snake, goes, "So are you a snake summoner?" She said, like with a very curious but with a glare at the same time. This is where Narco, she gets in a gets protective of the snake as it starts to go inside her clothes, and she goes to, "Why do you have something against snakes?" And she glares at Enko. Enko goes, "No, I'm a snake summoner myself, but my old teacher, that bastard, he betrayed the village." And this is where she goes. This is where Narco goes, "Who was your teacher?" She then says it was Orochimaru of the legendary Sunnings. And she then goes, and this one Narco goes, "Oh, yeah, no, my version of the snakes, the anaconda snakes, are they kind of left Manda after seeing like the summoner that they were having, and they didn't want to be part of them, so they left Manda, and basically they have their own little summoning area." "Why would you like to join my side instead of that side?" This is where Enko then says, "Wait, you will let me join?" This is where she then says, "Well, yeah, you don't seem that mean. Maybe a little bloodthirsty, but not that mean. I mean, they're okay with a little bit of bloodthirsty." This is how Enko would basically look and be like, she would kind of start to drop her mess a little bit. She goes, "Look, kid, I have been betrayed a lot. And if you're saying this just to get close to me, I need you to stop now." And this is where Narco, she was basically sense a lot of, like, something evil on her neck, but not entirely her. She'll basically go up to Anko, and she'll basically move Anko's hair out of the way. After Anko's, not Anko's hair, but her trench coat, and see the mark. She'll look at Anko and go, So he tries to put the snake's curse mark still on you, huh? Or like basically the curse mark still gonna make it where like even though Orochimaru did make it where his soul again should have to take over his body, it was eventually made by the anacondas. And it was the only thing Orochimaru was able to scavenge up, or scavenge. I'm gonna say scavenge instead of scrounger. Yeah, I don't think he was able to scavenge up after seeing the anaconda snakes leave, because he was gonna ask them, or to basically tell them to give them his their notes on switching bodies and stuff, and or like to how to switch someone's body to a snake and stuff. And Orochimaru just only before he got asked, of course they left. Now, Naruto then said, "Don't move, okay?" And Naruto then told her, like, basically told her snake what to do and like what it was. This is where the anaconda snake will come out and she will be hissing. She will say, "That goddamn idiot! He tried to put even our Senjutsu chakra into it." And this is where Anko goes, "What do you mean?" This is when the anaconda snake says, "One, my version of the snake sort of wanted to come up with the seal. It was mainly meant to change those who we deem were perfect to, or deem right to become anaconda snakes, or to be able to switch into a body like ours. So that idiot tried to put that seal on you. He didn't even do it right. Not only that, he put Senjutsu chakra into it, which makes it even 10 times worse." And after hearing that, Anko's like, "The hell?" And this is what she does. This is where the anaconda snake then says, "All right, I can get rid of it, but you're gonna feel a little bit of pain." This is why this is where Anko would nod. She says anything just to get rid of it. The anaconda snake would nod her head and basically bite Anko. Anko will scream as she feels to bite you, and this is where he was getting ready to attack the snake. This is where Naruto says, "Stop, GG." And after Anko was done, or after the snake was done by the Anko, this is where she basically had this. She'll have it removed as what's her name? As the snake would have this as the snake would have just removed the what's it called? Would have removed the mark from her. And Anko, now Naruto, she'll let Anko, she will say here, "GG, you can leave. I'm gonna stay here at Anko. So when I turn 12, that's when they're gonna be done being the academy students and taking graduation test." Hers will nod his head and goes, "Okay." Sorry about that, excuse me. So basically she will carry Anko into her guest bedroom and we'll put her down in the bed. And Naruto, she will sleep next to Anko, actually. They will sleep in the same bed due to Naruto wanting to be there just in case something happened to Anko and she needed to wake up to help her. Now, Anko, it would take her a few minutes to, it would take her a day, and she'll wake up, and this is where, Anko will feel like someone sleeping next to her, like, cuddle up next to her, and she will see that it's Naruto. Now, Anko will wake up. At first she was scared, but then she rubbed Naruto on the shoulder, and then says, "What is wrong, Naruto?" And this is where Naruto goes, "Well, not what's wrong, but like, what are you doing here in my house, in my bed?" This is where Naruto goes, "Well, actually, you're in my house, in my guest bedroom, and I didn't really want to be away from you while you're going through that phase, just in case something was to happen to you. But I knew nothing really that bad was going to happen, other than you were going to feel very weak for that day, which is why you slept 2 days straight after the procedure. But the question mark is now gone. You should feel your chakra going back to normal and all the evil chakra going away from you." This is where Anko, she will nod her head and says, "I do feel that." This is where Naruto will smile and says, well, that's good. At least we know that the crush mark is now going away from you. But I would like to ask you a question, Anko, and I do need an answer. Would you like to join my summoning side of the contract instead of having that Bashir Orochimaru side? Anko, she will say, sure, I don't mind joining your side if your side is this good and nice. She would, this is where Naruto will nod her head and says it is. And she will basically tell Anko like just the main rules of the summonings of like their side, and Anko she goes, it's a lot nicer than the other side. Well, not as nice as the little ones. The little ones are super nice to me. And Naruto then goes, maybe it's because the little one doesn't have the arrogance as the others yet. Anko then nodded and said that is a very plausible theory, but I rather not think about it like that. And Naruto she nodded her head and says, I understand. And so Naruto then says, well, Anko, since you're now part of this side of the summoning contract, you need to get a familiar. But first you need to sign the contract. And she basically brings out the contract for Anko to sign. Anko will sign it. And she will summon one of the kind of snakes. It'll actually be Sarah. This is where Sarah goes, So Naruto, you already found another person to be our summoner? This is where she then says, yes, this is Anko Mitarashi. She was betrayed by the last summoner of the other snakes, Orochimaru. He's still alive, but he put a curse mark on her. I actually had Kira remove it. This is where Sarah, she goes, very good. Kira is one of our best curse mark removers. And I do see Anko as worthy of being an anaconda. Then she says, Anko, would you like for me to make you an anaconda or have the transformation or to have the ability to summon us no matter what? She then says, I would like that. This is where Sarah smiles. She then says, okay. But before I fully do this process, are you sure? I will leave a little bite mark, not long, but a little bit, and it was going to burn your arm. It's going to be a symbol like Naruto. So you can summon us at any time with just sparing blood on it. Or you can turn into an anaconda or have an anaconda abilities. Anko, she will nod her head. But then say yes. As Naruto would then smile, and Anko would basically do, she'll do the same symbol as Naruto did. And the anaconda snake will say, alright, I need you to summon one of my kin. This is when Sarah's son, Mater will come, and he would then say, so mother, this is gonna be my for now on companion. And this is where Sarah goes, yes. Make sure you treat her nicely. She was betrayed by the last summoner of the other snakes, like we thought was gonna happen to us. And Mater, he would then nod his head and goes, hello, my name is Mater, what's yours? He would then says, this is what Anko said, my name is Anko Mitarashi. I hope we become good friends. And I am a little bit bloodthirsty. And this one Mater says, I am too. Let's go hunt. And basically they'll go and hunt. But guys, I'll leave this off here. If you do leave a comment. Peace.